Welcome back to Let's Play Control. I'm BurningDogFace, and last time, Jessie had a chat with her brother for the first time in 17 goddamn years. He's, something very special. No, really, really special. I don't even know where to begin with that. Although I guess I'll start with the part where he's still alive. There's still anything of Dylan Faden left in there, unlike everyone else who's been taken by the hiss. Which suggests to me...
Freak mutation he locked up. You can learn so much from his physiology.
He's a valuable resource alive, and Pope forbade any physical harm. Of course, if you disagree, you could always go tell her.
No, that's fine. I'm sure we can find a more constructive use of our time.
Yeah, I was just starting to say, it suggests to me the most terrifying thought, which is that the hiss simply found Dylan much more interesting than most people. Don't like that. Alright, I had a couple things to talk about with Emily, and then I wanted to talk to Erish, who has a triangle over his head.
Good to see you again. How are you doing, Jessie? It can't be easy seeing Dylan like this.
I'm fine. What can you tell me? Is he still... human?
Or is he his?
I've taken numerous tissue samples and have tests running as we speak, but from the initial data, he looks healthy. I only see corruption in a superficial way.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This is all new, but if he's like you, maybe Polaris is preventing total hiss takeover. Or maybe this is just a new form of hiss. We've already seen how it affects people in different ways.
Dylan told me he let the hiss in. Does that change anything?
Voluntary conversion. I mean, hypothetically, that could affect the mental state post-corruption, as well as the extent of biological alteration. But again, this is new territory for me. I'll need time.
You won't have it. I'm gonna shut down the slide projector. That's how the hiss are getting in. Once I close it, this should all be over.
Jessie, we don't know how this works. If you sever their connection to the source, it could cause a terminal chain reaction.
Okay, good.
Every hiss-corrupted individual dead.
Wasn't that going to happen anyway?
Better that than what Dylan is now.
I'm shutting it down. This has to end. Whatever happens, happens.
Okay, just let me know how I can help.
Thank you, Emily.
That's annoying. I have to sit back down.
Hi, Jessie.
Fuck. Well, I'm, not having a great day so far, and this isn't helping. I gotta be honest about that, because it's taken away the topics that were already there, which means I don't ever get to hear them.
I've been seeing these Darling presentations all over. Seems like he enjoys the limelight.
So you noticed, huh? When he recruited me out of college, he actually came to visit. He interrupted my physics course by shouting, not quite, Professor, and then marching down to the front of the class where he proceeded to berate the very idea of laws of thermodynamics. Hey, he's been a showboat all his life.
Darling visited you in college?
Yeah, he read a paper I'd published, came to recruit me for the Bureau. I accepted and then spent years waiting for access to the confidential research that Darling promised me. And whenever I ask about my access level, he just mumbles that it's temporarily postponed and then changes the subject to the effect of entropy on luck.
I wonder who else Darling hid his work from. Marshall? Trench?
And the board, yes.
Have you learned anything about Dylan's condition?
Only that he's definitely hiss, but I guess his
He was
chancing made
choosing to
pretty
do
obvious.
that.
No, interestingly, the words of the hiss incantation have an average length of 4 letters. The most common word used 7 times is want. The next most common are through.
Oh, this is in case you don't read any of the lore.
It's very interesting, don't you think?
No.
I don't care about the words.
Okay, thank you.
What about my
I'm not
breath?
alone here.
Right. Sorry, I got a little off track. Well, strangely, his tissue samples all look healthy, unlike the other hiss I've tested.
He isn't glowing,
good
I noticed
news.
that.
Right?
Me.
I wanted to talk to you about the crazy things I can do. My abilities. I get the sense that they're not very usual around here.
Well, usual and unusual aren't really benchmarks at the Bureau, but for some perspective, Director Northmore once used the floppy disk to send a bowling ball 6 yards through the air, and that was considered a huge deal. So compared to that, you are most certainly an outlier.
An outlier. I like the sound of that.
I mean, technically, Spider's Georg is an outlier, but,
I should
depends
get
on
going.
what the main
Don't
body
let
of the
you out.
study is. That makes that a bad thing or a good thing. Yeah, something she said in there reminded me about, voluntary conversion making the difference. Shout out to my good friend Ronan Drake, who made a connection that I kind of kicked myself for not seeing earlier. If the Hiss are like the Borg from Star Trek, just going around forcefully assimilating everyone, then, Dylan is what Locutus of Borg was supposed to be. An individual, still serving the overall good of the collective, but with enough self-expression to have a personality and opinions of his own, and to use his own cunning and creativity for the good of the Borg. That's the vibe I get. In the actual Star Trek show, as surprisingly, Captain Picard wouldn't play along with the plan to conquer the universe for the Borg, so Locutus ended up as just a glorified drone. But the idea was to make him a person, someone that, sort of embodiment of the collective, the Borg Queen could have a conversation with. So I saw this radio aerial here, and for just a second I thought it was like a streamer of resonance, like from when Polaris wants me to look at something. Wait. That's what I was hearing. Who the fuck is sending tube things now? Well, we needed to talk to Arish. Arish? Arish? I don't remember.
Fuck if they're in there and we go around that way. No.
Word of advice? Assume they're everywhere.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
That is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume.
Actually, it's a ham
Does it have any
sandwich.
good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation. That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation for maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's a
We only send
universe,
annual
let's be fair.
expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the Hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. Yeah, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
The head of security used to have beers with... You know what? I'm gonna take that at face value. I don't know Salvador. I just saw him when he was a monster.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
I'm wondering to myself if this Hedron Darling made contact with is the former. If the deal he made was, I can save your species if you agree to throw in with me.
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, you know, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing.
I noticed that.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
Well, if she went there right now, she probably got murdered by about 30 astral spikes, since they seem to be showing up in bigger and bigger numbers, even as I was running.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Poorly.
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another.
Huh.
We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
Was that from the clog?
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
I could say something really sarcastic about that. Bureau alerts, board countermeasures, expeditions into fleeting elite enemies. Okay, that's another use for the countermeasures. I don't actually want to do that, for the record, so, yeah, that's what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Yeah, find the slide projector. I kind of wanted to do that. But I also wanted to check something else. Oh, there's one here. Cleanse the moving letters. Oh god, there's so much to be done. First of all, maintenance. Where am I? No, not the fucking plant. Sure. Because there's more quests to be had, I have a feeling. Since I haven't checked over here in a long-ass time. Let's just get all of the full feeling of everything. You know, Ati's to-do list. I'd nearly forgotten about it. Oh. Yeah, ventilation. Nobody spawned. Interesting. Is that the one?
They don't appreciate good music. And that's the reason they can go as far as Pepe Cross.
You do you, buddy. Ah. Talk to the plants.
They are very good listeners. You can tell them anything. Or you can sing to them. They like that.
Clear the mold.
You need to scrap that clean or there goes my reputation and honor. And then the good won't swing.
I'm going to assume that is a finished thing and just... Oh no.
It's back. What would kill a bad thing? Paska mikä paska.
A worse thing? I don't know. Can we just dump a ton of hydrochloric acid down the pipes? That probably wouldn't even work. Okay, talk to the plants. Jesse helps Ati by speaking with the plants in central research, eradicating the mold growths, and clearing the clog from the pump station. Ah, fuck. I don't know how exactly I'm supposed to do that. There was quite a lot of it in there. I see I've gone to the wrong place. Problem solved. Oh. Oh, wrong gun. This is not something you use for up close and personal. Oh, fuck, you're a big guy. I didn't realize that at first. Ah, shit. I didn't think that one through. Or did I? Delightful. And in here... Ah, levitation. Ooh, that's absolutely something I'll spend a point on. Plus 10% to levitation duration. Achieve an unlocked career development. Oh, I made it all the way up. Nice. The actual description is, unlock all 3 personal mod slots. What the hell? I don't use it even as often as I should. Oh. Oh no, I just make those. That isn't. I didn't actually hear where he said I could find that thing, but I guess I'll have to check the footage. Upgrade grip again. Upgrade shatter. Need more source. Okay. No, I still need to use that thing. We are going to... Yes, I remember now. This one. Guess I saw there was at least one thing that's still in the Panopticon somewhere. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, of all the things I need to do right now, rounding up some more artifacts does seem to be very, very immediately helpful. Last thing I need is some crazy bullshit exploding through a wall when I'm trying to deal with some fragile part of the Bureau. Or some, terrible critter. I don't know. Oh, and I had a note. Oh dear, poor Philip. Yes, here it is. Ah, just as the timer goes. I guess we'll finish on this note then. Shout out to Roshan, who left a comment saying, "Wait, Incantation 310.1a. I know this one! I know this one!" Okay. In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. Burned by the embers of Armageddon, his soul blistered by the fires of hell and tainted beyond ascension, he chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred he found no peace, and with boiling blood he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those who tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer. I love the idea that even that could be some kind of supernatural bullshit incantation. So if you got any crucibles handy, go ahead and check on them to see if they've been sterilized. Thank you for that, Roshan. Really put a smile on my face when I saw that. But, we got work to do. So, yeah, I guess the traffic light is here somewhere. Yeah, we got work to do, and we gotta look around for this traffic light. So, I'm BurningDogFace, and we'll pick up in the next episode of Let's Play Control. Later.